And just like Ben says, everyone needs a blue heeler. Isn't that right, Remy? Are you gonna watch the gate? All right. Are you gonna watch the gate? Come here. Sit. Stay. Load up! Load up! Good girl. How was it out there? Going to roll up some hot wire today, do some more odds and ends stuff. It's just that time of the year where it's what you do. You just service some equipment. We already changed the oil and different things on the swather and kind of little knick-knacky things. But right now we're going to roll up this hot wire where we had cows out on wheat pasture and cover crop. So follow along. So I don't have a wire winder. I just need to engineer one. But this isn't bad to roll up a little bit of hot wire at once. This isn't too bad to roll up a little bit of hot wire, but as the thing gets full, serious farm fit program right here. Throwing hay, rolling up hot wire by hand. It's just how you get like ripped, supposedly. Don't really know. Drop your farm fit exercises below. Just barely had enough spool to get it all on there. But we got it. That's the worst part, like I say. Holding that up and winding up. Pretty good stretch. So this field behind me that's real green is where we just rolled up that hot wire, that whole north end and around it. We dropped the fence and moved cows over into this field here. About a month ago, our timeline on that field was up, so it looks really green and you're like, dang, I'd like to be out there, but it was time for us to get off of that field. So we rolled them over into this field of my buddies. We have cows out here together. He last fall had winter rye blown onto this field into his standing corn, and it seeded itself pretty nice, and it's just now starting to green up really good. And I don't know if you can see that in the camera very well or not, but anyway, our goal is to see how long we can go without feeding our cows. So using cover crops and grazing methods. I mean, obviously our cows that are calving in our lot we have to feed, but these cows out here, these are fall calving cows. Some of them are heifers that they're going to get shipped out here before too long anyway. But as far as my buddies heard, they'll stay here as long as they can until it's time to plant this field and then go to their summer range. And then hopefully by that time, when it's time to come off of that, there's some corn stalks or milo stalks or something available, or another cover crop available. And kind of our goal, definitely his goal, we're going to try and see how long we can go without feeding cattle. In theory, they should perform better if you let them, graze on something on their own instead of feeding hay and things. Hey cows! So these red cows, the majority of them are F1 crosses. They are Red Angus Akaushi mix that we bred back to a full-blood Akaushi bull that should calve around September 1. You can see they're pretty far away, but I can't get across this creek with my boots on here, but they'll come to us here hopefully, but they are in pretty good body condition, being on that wheat pasture cover crop and then now this corn stalk cover crop mix. I mean, we're just super pleased with their performance. And again, we didn't have to roll out a single bale of hay. We did roll out a few bales of alfalfa just for some extra protein and things, but I mean, just letting them be cows and do their thing and work for you instead of you work for them has really benefited us this year, and we're pretty pleased by it. Not to mention overall soil health and condition, that you're going to get added benefits from having some cows out here, having a cover crop out here. It's just really going to help your soil out too. Here we go. Come on, pup. You coming? A little hot out. That baler we pulled home the other day and went ahead and washed it. I know it's a sin to wash a baler, but the last bale has been ejected and everything, so we went ahead and scrubbed it. We're gonna wax it. Just kind of going through it here. We know we're gonna have to put an accumulator on it. We've got that coming, and so just trying to get it ready for hay season. Broke out old Eleanor here. I don't name equipment, but I did name this Eleanor. If you've ever seen the movie Gone in 60 Seconds, you'll know what I'm talking about. This thing has given me so much problems. Maybe it's operator error, maybe it's just my luck, or maybe this was a lemon. I don't know. But we're taking our time this year, breaking it out, getting it completely serviced, gone through and everything to hopefully limit the breakdowns this year. One of the things we broke last year is these main arms that hold the header up. We were on a custom job in Nebraska and broke the bracket off of one of those arms. So we had to buy a new arm and get it put on out in the boonies without much for tools. Kind of silly. I had a crack in one of these Y-bars that we hit a ditch with it and had to replace the Y-bars on the rear end as well as this main axle and pin, because obviously if you lose a wheel, you're gonna bend everything else in its dog. Thank goodness I wasn't doing this whole vlog thing last summer, because it was kind of a joke. Would have been pretty embarrassing. So we went through here last night, changed the oil, changed all the filters, everything. Like I say, hopefully to head off any potential problems. Plus, you don't want to do all that stuff the day before you head to the field. It's always nice to have it done. You just pull it out of the shop, check your fluids, and you're on your way. The other thing that we're gonna do soon that we're not gonna tackle today, but we've got 3 or 4 replacement sickles, like the entire bar, that we will pull this out and put in a brand new section, as well as change the teeth on our other sections so that we're ready to go midway through the season. After certain cuttings and things, we'll just pull them out and replace them so that you've always got a fresh bar there and you can get things cut. All in all, for a guy starting out and the amount of acres that we do, it's been a pretty handy machine. I know I'm knocking on it, but it has been, you know, just perfect for our operation. It really has, when it's not had some of its quirks, but it really is a good unit, and it's small enough that you can trailer it and do some custom jobs. Hopefully I can get away from doing some of that this year. I feel like every time I picked up a custom job is about the time something went wrong, so we're gonna try and keep her home this year and just do our own acres with it. But we might pick up some local jobs that are close, but we're not gonna probably trailer it much, if at all, this year. Last piece of hay equipment that we've got to go through here today. We went through it toward the end of the season before we parked it, but we know we've got some missing teeth here on several of them. But we changed a wheel bearing on the last cutting of alfalfa in this tire, so we'll probably go ahead and pull all of the wheels and do all new wheel bearings, repack them, just make sure we're good to go. It's a hay rake, there's not much to service on it, but you know, it's just good to go ahead and go through it when you're going through everything else. But yeah, just a few little knick-knacky things, like there's another one missing there. So, we're getting ready. The warmer the weather, the more excited you get to get into the field, whether it's planting or spraying or hay season especially. Like, that's our bread and butter, that's what we like to do. And so when it's sunny and 75, it gives you the itch. You're just ready to get out and get with it. But they are calling for colder weather tomorrow, so that could be gone by this time tomorrow afternoon when it's freezing outside.